Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we would be talking about vancomycin resistant enterococcus. It is one of the most frequently asked questions again and can come as a recent update, and it has been given in various books including a common MBBS book Apoor Shastri, then Kohnman, and I have referred to some articles also to give you the latest knowledge. Plus I have included the information taught by Dr. Sumitra Sir. So let's begin. Starting with what is vancomycin. So vancomycin belongs to glycopeptide group of antibiotics. It was originated as from a group of soil and actinomycetes. So how does it act? It acts by cell wall inhibition. So before the cell wall is formed, so the it is a pentapeptide. In the end, we have D-alanine dipeptide structure which moves from cytoplasm to your cell wall so that cross-linking of the cell wall can occur and peptidoglycan layer is formed. But this vancomycin binds to this D-alanine terminus and inhibits the removal of the final D-alanine and therefore preventing this cross-linking. तो cell wall form नहीं होगी and the bacteria will eventually die or not be able to replicate properly. It is a bactericidal drug, but the exception is the topic. It is bactericidal in all gram-positive bacteria except in Enterococcus where it is bacteriostatic. It is red in color, so originally it was known as Mississippi mud. So, what bacteria it is active against? In gram-positive cocci are Staphylococcus, Streptococcus, Enterococcus, most gram-positive bacilli also, including Corynebacterium, Bacillus, and Listeria. Some gram-positive anaerobes like Actinomycetes and Clostridium. It can also act on some mycobacteria which have thiocyrrole dimycosyrosates in their cell wall, but it does not act on your gram-negative bacteria except for Elizabeth Kingia. Why? Because they have porine proteins, so there is a permeability barrier, and the vancomycin has a large size, so it cannot enter via these porine proteins. Also, it is resistant in few gram-positive bacteria like Erysipelotrix. Talking about the PKPD, we should know that how is it measured? It is measured by area under the curve by MIC ratio. It is excreted by the kidneys through glomerular filtration. We always give slow IV administration of vancomycin because if we give a fast IV, so Redman syndrome can happen. Then let's talk in brief about Enterococcus. So we know that Enterococcus are facultative anaerobe gram-positive cocci. They occurs in chains, and these chains are best appreciated in liquid culture. They are not exactly spherical, slightly oval in shape. And how do you differentiate Enterococcus from group D Streptococcus? It is asked in Viva and is very important. So first of all, we do a heat resistance test. The Enterococcus can tolerate heat up to 60 degrees Celsius and they will grow in presence of 6.5% NaCl. Next, they can grow in a pH of 9.6 and can hydrolyze esculin at 40% by. They also produce PYR, that is pyridinol peptidase. So when we do a PYRase test, it is positive in Enterococcus. Talking about the virulence factor, so the virulence factors are cytolysine or hemolysin. They are suitable for macrophages and PMNF कि मतलब इनको destroy कर दिया तो phagocytosis नहीं हो पाएगा. Then it produce proteases like gelatinase and serine proteases. So what is we need to know about gelatinase क्योंकि ये हमारे UTI जो एंटेरोकोकस कॉज करता है उसका एक बहुत कॉमन virulence factor है. It degrades the host tissue, causes the activation of autolysin and forms biofilm. Then aggregation substance protein, they are surface bound plasmid encoded proteins which again cause the bacteria to bind to intestinal and renal epithelial cells. Then we have surface proteins known as extracellular surface protein or ESP. They evade antibody by retracting away from its surface, and it again forms biofilm. Biofilm is the major cause of UTI and endocarditis. Then we have MS cramps, which are nothing but microbial surface components recognizing adhesive matrix molecules. We have ACE and ACM. ACM binds to laminin. How can we can remember that both have M in them? ACM and laminin. Then we have ACE, which binds to collagen. We have pili. So pili causes biofilm formation, again leads to endocarditis and UTI. Then we have some surface associated polysaccharides, like if it is capsulated chain, then capsular polysaccharide, LTA is enterococcal polysaccharide antigen, and it again resists phagocytosis by preventing opsonization. So we have 5 groups of enterococcus, frequently asked viva question. In the group 1, we have to remember enterococcus avium. Group 2, the most common which we read, Enterococcus faecalis, Enterococcus faecium, Enterococcus casselliflavus, and Enterococcus gallinarum. Group 3, Enterococcus dispar and durans. Group 4, Enterococcus acini, because it was first found in a donkey. Then group 5, Enterococcus canis, and some newly described like Enterococcus rivorum. Please remember group 1, Enterococcus avium, group 2, faecalis, faecium, casselliflavus, and gallinarum, and group 3, durans. We have biochemical reactions to differentiate between these. So faecalis and faecium, we have seen that belongs to group 2, durans belongs to group 3, and our avium belongs to group 1. So first, as all are enterococcus, so they would hydrolyze esculin and the p-BioRS test would be positive. But if we talk about arginine dihydrolase or ammonia formation from arginine, avium would not produce that. Acid production from different sugars, durans would not produce acid from any sugar. Avium and faecium would not produce acid from pyruvate, and faecalis would not produce acid from arabinose and raffinose. This is one of the most important table. I have taken it as it is from Mackey-McCartney, and we have to remember it, as we know that Mackey-McCartney and Kohneman are our guidebooks. Then what is exactly the mechanism of resistance in Enterococcus? So why do we put only high level gentamicin in specifically in my institute? I have seen that whenever we put HLG, we put it along with ampicillin. So Enterococcus is resistant to all aminoglycosides, high level aminoglycosides, except for high level gentamicin and high level streptomycin. That too, we have to give it along some other cell wall acting antibiotic like our beta-lactams, example ampicillin, so that they can break the cell wall and then these aminoglycosides can enter inside and act. Another way of aminoglycoside resistance is low level cell wall permeability or by aminoglycoside modifying enzymes. Beta-lactam permeability by changing our beta-lactam binding protein 4 in faecalis and 5 in faecium. Lingosanamides resistance can be by 3-way. The ABC, that is ATP binding cassette efflux pump, which is a superfamily of efflux pump, by acetyl transferase, or by altering the ribosome structure. How does vancomycin resistance occurs? So vancomycin resistance, firstly, let's see the epidemiology. It is known to occur in Europe somewhere in 1980s due to the use of glycopeptide to promote growth in cattle. First, it was identified in India in 1999, and there has been an increase in the prevalence from 4.8% to 14.1%. It is an acquired resistant encoded by VAN gene clusters in which VAN A followed by VAN B is most common. And how do they do it? So we saw that vancomycin acts on the last dipeptide D-AGA. So this last D-AGA changes either to D-serine or D-lactate. So D-serine causes low level of resistance while D-lactate causes high level resistance. We can see serine S slow, low. So S slow, low. और we can say that L में L नहीं होता कि lactate में low level resistance नहीं होता. Whatever way you guys want to remember, I remember it as S serine low, slow, low. This table is given in our Kohneman and I have made a few mnemonics which can help you out. So first of all, what all VAN genes we have? So we have A, B, C, D, E. Then girl loves man, G, girl, GIRL, GL loves man, MN. So A, B, C, D, E in order. Then girl loves man. Vancomycin would obviously be resistant in all of them. Teicoplanin किसमें resistant होगी? So we all saw that movie ए दिल है मुश्किल. So ADM, ए दिल है मुश्किल, ADM. Level of resistance would be high in. अब दिल है मुश्किल में वो उसका बॉयफ्रेंड बनना चाहता था बट अनुष्का चाहती थी कि भाई रणबीर कपूर बस मेरा बेस्ट फ्रेंड बन के गए. सो बोथ स्टार्ट विद बी. So again, just add B in A Dil Hai Mushkil. So A, B, D, M. We have high level of resistance. In rest, we have low level of resistance. We know that whenever there is high level resistance, so it would be D-AGA, D-lactate, and in low level resistance, we would have D-AGA, D-serine. So what would be the type of resistance? It would be acquired except for VAN C, in which we see intrinsic type of resistance. And it is seen in species Cassagiflavus and Gallinegum, again of group 2. Now, whether it is transferable by conjugation or not, so it is not transferable by conjugation in CRED. So, CRED agar we use for urine and it is not transferable in CRED. CLEND. Fine. Then location of gene, so it's NOPs. Only plasmid mediated in N, NOPE, NOPE, so N and P. It can be either plasmid mediated or chromosomal mediated in both VAN A and VAN B. Rest we have chromosomal mediated. Then for type of expression, we have constitutive expression, C constitutive, C, D, N. So C, D and N we have constitutive and rest we have inducible. So this is how we remember this table. I have tried. So these I made these mnemonics by myself. You can make your own mnemonics if you want. Now how these VAN expression is monitored. So there is a cluster of at least 7 genes A, H, X, Y, Z and S. So they perform various roles through various enzymes to basically express these clusters, and it is regulated by VAN RS gene cluster which is mediated by phosphorylation. We don't have to go into these details, but if you guys want to remember it, you can. Else we can just remember that it is regulated by VAN RS gene. What are the risk factors in a patient for developing VRE? Although Enterococcus faecalis is most commonly isolated strain, but Enterococcus faecium is more prone to develop vancomycin resistant, and it is more susceptible in patients with long-term hospitalization, specifically in renal units. As we saw कि Enterococcus हमारा renal epithelium से bind कर जाता है जाके, biofilm form करेगा, तो कोई भी अगर फॉरेन बॉडी है, जैसे कोई इंस्ट्रूमेंट है, कैथेटराइजेशन है और कोई इंडवेलिंग डिवाइस है, तो उसमें ज्यादा होगा. पेशेंट्स हु आर न्यूट्रोपेनिक, दैट इज इम्यूनोकॉम्प्रोमाइज्ड. Again, immunocompromised patients like with solid organ transplantation or who have hematological malignancies, and it causes endocarditis. So any pre-existing heart conditions, specifically अगर वॉल्व्स में प्रॉब्लम है तो बायोफिल्म फॉर्म करेगा, इन्फेक्टिव एंडोकार्डाइटिस कॉज कर सकता है, सेप्सिस कॉज कर सकता है. Long term therapy with cephalosporin, specifically tegaserelin, and we need to remember this tegaserelin, or antimicrobial therapy with anaerobic antibiotics like meropenem, peptaz, or metronidazole, or via what we say बायोमैग्निफिकेशन, कि अगर पोल्ट्री या एनिमल्स को ग्लाइकोपेप्टाइड्स दी गई हैं एंड वी कंज्यूम देम, सो वी तो उनकी वजह से भी ग्लाइकोपेप्टाइड रेजिस्टेंस स्प्रेड होती है, सॉरी ग्लाइकोपेप्टाइड रेजिस्टेंस स्प्रेड होती है, एंड थ्रू पर्सन टू पर्सन कॉन्टैक्ट्स. So what are the clinical condition? Firstly, it causes UTI, specifically catheter-associated UTI. It can cause infective endocarditis because of biofilm formation. It can cause cholangitis, peritonitis, intra-abdominal infections due to VRE are very common, and it can cause skin and soft tissue infections and meningitis after any neurosurgery. There is this one thing that hospital-acquired infections are caused by vancomycin-resistant Enterococcus faecium due to MLST coronal complex 17. This coronal complex 17 was once asked as a MCQ question somewhere. What do we have as treatment choice? So daptomycin, we know that daptomycin is preferred for Enterococcus faecium, and we do not give daptomycin in lung infections because surfactant की वजह से inactive हो जाएगा. We have linezolid or tedizolid. We can give tigecycline or we can give dalfurpristine. Now, when we talk about vancomycin resistant enterococcus, we have to talk about vancomycin dependent enterococcus. So what are these? These are the enterococcus which grow only in presence of vancomycin. Why? Because they have lost that ability to form normal D-alanine dipeptide. They only form D-alanine D-lactate peptide due to mutation in this DDL gene. So what would be the treatment? Obviously, because they grow in the presence of vancomycin only, so the treatment would be to stop vancomycin and the patient would get cured. That's it. This is a very short topic, and I hope you gain things from it. Most important is the table which we have to learn, and I hope the mnemonics will help you guys. Thank you so much. And please like, share and subscribe to my channel for more such upcoming videos.